Jean Cherry of the Dalles, Oregon, is something most people are not. She's a pig lover. From the moment Jean met Wilma, the pot-bellied pig, the porcine pet stole Jean's heart. But for Jean's husband, Jack, the idea of having a pig around the house took some getting used to.
The first time it bit me, I whacked it on the head, and it ran off squealing and whining, and it was like, I'm going to really play this up. Limped around with one leg up, comes crying to Jean. I'm going, you big tattletale, you know.
My family and most of my friends think I'm very strange because I'm so devoted to this pig. But I just love her. And with my daughter going off to college, I had to have something to mother, you know. It was just like an empty nest type thing.
Lisa Renard and her husband lived directly across the street from the Cherries.
Morning, Jean. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I didn't know my neighbor Jean all that well, but I could tell that they were really close, that pig really meant something to her.
Look at that silly pig.
The first time I saw Wilma, she's like the size of a baseball with legs.
Around 7:30 on the morning of October 14th, 1993, Jack Cherry had already left for work, and Jean was on her way out the door.
Oh, it's a good girl. Before I left, I went in and I blocked her off into the kitchen, and there was a big window there so she could look out.
I came home for lunch, and I noticed that I could see steam coming off of my neighbor's house, but I just thought it was because of the rain. When I looked out my dining room window, I saw the flames shooting up through the trees.
911 emergency.
My neighbor's house is on fire. It's coming up out of the roof right now.
Okay, flames or just smoke?
It's flames. I can see them.
Okay, all right. The other dispatcher's going to get the ambulance or the fire crews going. What's your name?
I'm Lisa Renard, Jeff Renard's wife.
All right, Lisa. Okay, calm down just a minute. Do you think there's anyone in the
They're
house?
not home. They're both at work, but they do have a pot-bellied pig in the house.
They're not home, but
No.
there's a pot-bellied pig inside.
Yeah.
Nyla Hill had been a communications operator for 2 years.
I love animals. It's bad enough to lose your home to a fire and all your valuables, but when you lose your pets, it's horrible.
I'm going to run over there and see if... Oh, I can't get in the house. That's not cool. I won't do that.
Okay, all right.
See if one of the doors is open, but I don't want to go near the
Okay, Lisa, don't get... I mean, if you can see flames out of the roof already.
I can.
Okay.
And there's cars driving by, so you're going to get more calls.
Okay, it's not going to be safe for you to go in the
No,
house.
I know that.
We'll let the fire crew know that there's a pot-bellied pig in the house,
Okay.
All right, thanks for the call,
Bye.
Lisa. Bye-bye.
The Dalles police officer, Jeff Mason, was on patrol less than a mile from the house.
I heard a structure fire being dispatched, and there was a pot-bellied pig trapped inside. I didn't know what the fire was like, but I felt that if I could get there in time, that maybe we could get the pig out.
Oh my God, stay back! I'm telling myself that it's not good. You can't just not use your head and run down there into a burning home just to save an animal, but my mind was telling me one thing and my heart was telling me the other.
From the heavy smoke and the flames that I could see coming out, I thought that the pig would already be dead.
The pig's in the house.
Is a pig in the house?
Officer Mason said, well, you need to just wait here a minute until the fire department comes. And then we heard Wilma the pig scream.
Everybody stay here.
It was almost human.
Hearing the pig squealing in there in distress, I couldn't have stood by and just, let the pig die. The door and the doorknob was cool, and that told me that there were no flames right on the other side of the door.
Oh my gosh, poor Wilma.
You could see the pig laying in on the floor. I couldn't tell if it was breathing, but it was quivering. It felt lifeless. It felt like it's too late. The pig had already died.
She was breathing, but it was very faint. So I just cupped my hands around her snout and was taking deep breaths and blowing them into her snout. She didn't make any noises in my arms. She just kind of laid there.
Jean got a call at work telling her about the fire.
My first thought was, I don't care that there's a fire in that house. Wilma's in that house. I mean, it's a terrible feeling.
Units with the Dalles Fire Department began arriving within 8 minutes of the call.
Could we get some oxygen for this pig?
Yes, right there in the first compartment.
I went into the ambulance, got the oxygen tank, and put it on the pig. And after about 3 minutes, the pig was starting to come around.
I pulled up, and I just bailed out of the car, and of course the firemen were yelling at me. And that's when Lisa yelled at me and said, you know, I have Wilma over here. And then it didn't matter. You know, it was only things, and things can be replaced.
There weren't any humans in the house, but Wilma's almost human. To the Cherries, she was more than just an animal. She had become a part of the family.
Thanks, Lisa.
I walked around with her for a while and talked to her, and I could see that she was starting to come out of it a little bit. I just love her. You know, she's my buddy.
Assistant Fire Chief Charlie Norris and his crew had the fire out within 10 minutes.
Officer Mason had some firefighter training, but I don't think it's wise to put yourself in jeopardy. I mean, the cold, hard truth is fire kills.
An investigation subsequently revealed that the fire that burned the Cherries' house was caused by a damaged electrical cord.
The big thing is being careful with your electricity. Boy, I tell you, we always thought we were pretty common sense about that, but as we learn, you know, it can really bite you.
50 hero, go on.
I think the heroes in this story are Lisa and Officer Mason. I mean, he didn't have to risk his life to go in and pull out a pig.
You can do it, come on.
The word quickly spread throughout the fire department and the police department, and quotes of, you saved the bacon, and pig saves pig, and somebody's made up a rubber stamp that everything that goes into my mailbox at work, somebody stamps it with this pig.
And she's figured out how to get... He risked his life for us. He did a real nice thing, and I sent him a card that had little pigs on the front, and it said, I'm so glad you're part of my family, and signed it Wilma. I'm sure he got razzed for that, but I just wanted him to know that we really appreciated what he'd done.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, good.
Next.
I wanted to do as much as I could for her.
Lays down.
She's my friend. She's my buddy. I would just be lost without her.